Assalamu alaikum, good afternoon, and welcome to Knowledge Talks, a weekly edutainment and knowledge sharing program aired live specifically to share with you topics that contribute knowledge to the society. Every week, Knowledge Talks host and advise guests that are experts, professional, and leaders from the field that bring wealth of knowledge to you. Knowledge Talks also highlights and promotes talent in the country that contribute knowledge and success to the nation. This program, ladies and gentlemen, is a weekly session that I will have with you every Tuesday at 5 p.m. I'm your host, Tariq Hilal Al-Barwani, along with our studio engineer, DJ Ayub, for an hour bringing you free knowledge at your doorsteps on Oman Radio FM 90.4. Okay, stay tuned after this music break for today's very interesting personality and a knowledge topic. Welcome back to Knowledge Talks, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Tariq Hilal Al-Barwani, along with our studio engineer, DJ Ayub, with you here live today on Oman Radio FM 90.4. The song Oman is Home to Me has received tremendous views on YouTube in just 4 days. The question is, who did it? How was it created? And story behind the success is the subject of Knowledge Talks today, ladies and gentlemen. An idea as a song that was born in Oman by Lisa Morgan, the choral director of ABA, their secondary school choir. An Australian who moved to Oman 6 years ago from Bahrain. The song was created by Lisa along with the Omani team and is making the rounds in the Sultanate already. Our program today will look at Lisa as the music teacher. How did the idea came to birth? How was it materialized? And the journey it had to go through the inception to success. But first, let us play the song so you can as well enjoy the music, words, and indeed the talent behind the amazing Lisa and the team.
Sands. To most it smells of emptiness, but a grandeur gold he sees as he thinks to himself, Oman is home to me. A vision on her wedding day, her husband by her side in his dish khanjar and musar. She feels a sense of pride. The dress of the man, a tradition grand for sons and fathers equally. That tells the world, oh my.
what a beautiful song, beautiful words, and indeed great gift to Oman, Lisa.
Thank you so much.
Now, Lisa, the objective of the interview today is to learn about this song. How did you come up of creating the song, the team behind it, the tools that you've used? You're already a big celebrity, you know.
Come on.
MashaAllah. You know, what I usually do in my programs is I invite people, a number of guests to come in and speak about the project that they've worked on. Your project is already known, you know. So today I want to see, how did it come? How did you created it from the way you started it, the people that you worked with, the objective, and so on.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an amazing journey, I just have to say. It's been an incredible experience. The idea for writing this song first came to me back in the summer of 2013.
Okay.
I was on summer holidays in Spain with my husband, believe it or not, and I was sitting there in Spain thinking about Oman.
Oh, mashallah, okay.
I was thinking to myself, wow, you know, we're so lucky to live in Oman. It's so beautiful. And I was thinking about all the beautiful places we'd been to and the people that we'd met and these wonderful friends that I'd made here. And then I thought to myself, wow, I mean, I wonder if there's a song that explains all this about Oman in English, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I looked and I couldn't find one song in English that celebrated Oman. And I thought that's interesting because there's so many people in Oman that speak English. A lot of Omanis that speak English, and there's expats that speak English, and we all love Oman as much as each other.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, if no one's written a song, maybe I should have a crack at it. So I was literally sitting by the pool thinking about all the beautiful things of Oman that I loved, like the desert. I was reflecting on experiences I'd had. For example, the very first time I saw the Sharqiya sands is like embedded into my brain. And I remember I was out there, and out of nowhere came this beautiful Bedouin man with two camels just walking seemingly from nowhere to nowhere.
Okay.
And
Sharqiya, right?
Yeah.
And where was that?
That was in the Sharqiya sands, and I just thought, where has he come from? We're in the middle of the desert, and where is he going? I mean, it was mysterious and beautiful. And I was thinking about friends, like Omani girlfriends who'd got married, and I'd celebrated with them, and all the other people I'd met, expats like me who love Oman as much as Omanis do. And I was thinking, I was putting the lyrics together and scratching ideas out. I mean, a funny story about this is that when I was trying to come up with lyric ideas, because I do like the lines to rhyme like a poem,
Okay.
I turned around and said to my husband in the middle of writing, "Hey, hub, what rhymes with camel?" It's like, I don't think anything rhymes with camel. It was kind of funny. But so we were experimenting with great ideas, and eventually, after some work, I got the lyrics together. And then I got on a piano, and I got to say the music just poured out. I mean, I had the music written in like 10 minutes.
Wow.
That was easy.
The music written in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What about the words and everything?
Oh, ages, a month, over the summer holidays,
okay.
on and off.
So 2013 is when you were in Spain, and that's when you had the opportunity to write.
Yeah, I mean, I was on holidays. My mind was clear. I was relaxed. I had the time to breathe and think about things and reflect on my life. And
that's one of the important things if one wants to create a beautiful piece like this one. You need to be in a very calm mind, I guess.
Sure. I mean, it's hard to compose under pressure. And the thing is, I didn't have a pressure because I didn't have any reason to write this. I didn't have any particular occasion. I really just wanted to see if I could write a song about Oman. And I thought, well, it might be a little song that I just sing to myself at home, or it might actually work well and get a good response from the community. So, I had a crack at it over summer, and then I showed it to some friends in Oman and some colleagues, and the response was very positive and actually very emotional, especially from Omanis. I keep hearing people tell me, how on earth did an Aussie woman write a song that's so beautiful about Oman that expresses everything we feel? And to me, that's the most amazing compliment.
I mean, you can tell from the results of the YouTube page that has the song Oman is Home to Me. It's already made the good views, and I'm sure it keeps on growing as well.
Inshallah.
Tell us the lyrics of the music.
Well, I mean, the first verse is about that wonderful experience of being in the desert. And the words are these: "His face is weathered by the sun of this harsh old Bedouin land. He proudly walks his camel herd over the vast Sharqiya sands. To most it smiles of emptiness, but a grandeur gold he sees as he thinks to himself, Oman is home to me." And so this is all about seeing that beautiful Bedouin in the desert and that beautiful image of the golden sands. So then, of course, I was thinking about my Omani girlfriends who'd got married. So I wanted to write a verse about Omani women in particular. And I was thinking about the fact that their most important day is their wedding day, like most of us, right? So this verse is a vision on her wedding day, her husband by her side in his dishdasha, khanjar and musar. She feels a sense of pride. The dress of the man, a tradition grand for sons and fathers equally, that tells the world Oman is home to me. So this is obviously really beautiful because it involves the symbolism of, Omani dress, which is most unique in all of the GCC. And then I was thinking about male Omani friends who are the patriarchs of their family, who have, a great responsibility to raise children and to support their family. So this one is for them. And this verse is, his tribe descends from the interior, but he lives in Al Khuwair, and he thanks Allah for all he has when he hears the call to prayer. He's proud of who he is and the future he is building for his family, and he's proud to say, Oman is home to me. And then, of course, I'm going on to the beautiful idea of the beautiful places I've seen. So then we have the bridge. I see the coast of Musandam and great forts throughout the land. The vision of the opera house so grand. From Dofar's old luban trees to the fishermen on the seas, the first dawn breaks on the jewel of the Khalij. Now, the jewel of the Khalij is my own turn of phrase because I really thought I have been to Kuwait. I have actually been to Saudi and Bahrain and the UAE, but there's like nowhere more beautiful than Oman. I mean, the environment's incredible. It's
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah.
And we have beautiful and nice people like yourself.
Shukran jazilan.
Oh, you speak Arabic as well?
Shoya.
MashaAllah, very nice.
I managed to slip a few Arabic words in here at the appropriate moments, which was quite nice. Alhamdulillah, I could manage it.
Yeah.
So then, of course, I was thinking about expats. I've met so many expats here who've basically lived here their whole life.
Okay.
They consider themselves more Omani than where they're from. So Oman's always going to be their home. They've given birth to their children here, so Oman is where it's at for them. So this is a verse about them. I made it about a woman because I thought I want to be fair and have a few verses about males and a few verses about females, so it's equal there. And I also made this woman distinctly Western by the colour of her eyes. So the words are, she's a well-worn, dusty traveller from a land so far away. Life's taken her all round the world, but it's here she longs to stay. Her clear blue eyes have seen it all, but at the end of her journey, she smiles and says, Oman is home to me. Yeah. And then, of course, being a school teacher, I was thinking about the beautiful children that I teach and the beautiful parents that I've met. So this is for them. Under the bright sunny skies are smiling faces and friendly eyes of the children waving flags of green, red and white. From the great valleys of Jebel Akhtar to historic Old Matra, this land unites us all, Oman Nuna. And then, of course, I have to bring it together, of course, to our most important citizen, because so far we've spoken about how all of these people who are seemingly very, very different actually have this one very, very important thread in common, is that they call Oman home. But of course, we have to refer to our great leader, His Majesty, who is the most important citizen of Oman, and this is, of course, my tribute to him. Born into a royal line, he shows the strength to lead and commands we fulfill the promises of all this land can be. We celebrate a nation great, our home, his beloved country. We give thanks and praise to Sultan Qaboos bin Said, Ya'ish as-Sultan, and Oman, blessed land of thee.
You know what I like about your music, though you've done it, is that you have mixed a number of things. Your experiences, the people in the country, the expatriates who are in the country, and the students in the school. You have really created a very fantastic compound of a music, to be honest.
The words took a long time, let me tell you. Actually, to be honest, when I showed my husband and a few friends, they thought it was crazy too wordy. They were like, how are you going to fit all this in music? But I thought all those things that are mentioned are important. You know, the expat, the Bedouin in the desert that reminds us of the beautiful golden sands, the Omani woman so proud on her wedding day. Everyone plays a part to make this land so great.
So is it 30 days? was it about a month for you to create?
On and off, bits and pieces here, have a rest, go back to it. So, a couple of weeks, but then the music, as soon as I hit the piano, I kind of had the melody in my head. So I really just sat down and the chords seemed to just flow from me, and I played it on the piano and sang it, and it was pretty much ready within 10 minutes. I couldn't believe how fast it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would like to know, apart from the words, so this song has a lot of beautiful thing about it. You've got the words that you've used, the tone that is inside there, and of course your voice, needless to mention.
Thank you.
I would like to know, what kind of tools have you used? So was it a piano only?
I started by composing at the piano. I always do everything by the piano. So I sit and I play around with some chords. I kind of had some chord ideas in my head, but as soon as I got on the piano, I kind of played them straight away. The melody was in the back of my head. It sort of came alongside the lyrics.
Okay.
But as soon as I hit the piano, I played the accompaniment that I thought was necessary. And then from there, I started to show people. Yeah, a friend of mine, Khaled, it was important for me to play it to an Omani first. That was really important to me. So a very good friend of mine, Khaled, heard it first.
Okay.
And I was like, I need to know what you think about this. Be brutally honest with me. And, his response was so positive. He was so excited. He was like, this is wonderful, and I'm really happy. And, I was really proud of that. So then I started to show other people, and, all of a sudden the responses were very positive, and I decided to give it its first performance. So thank God, alhamdulillah, for the Sultan School. I had a chance to actually, give the composition a chance to shine. And I had like 600 kids on stage singing this song, and it was tremendous.
Mashallah.
Yeah, mashallah. I was so lucky. I mean, honestly, they were beautiful. And I actually had a student band perform it, so I worked with the kids to devise an accompaniment. I worked out drum part. I worked out some horn lines. I worked out a bass line and percussion part, and tried to incorporate Arabic percussion ideas as well. I managed to talk to the wonderful Idris Al-Balushi about incorporating Omani rhythm. And he was incredible. So then it all came together, and then an arrangement began to form. And then it was after that I took a little rest from it to have a think. And then it turns out that I got in touch with Maciek Sokolowski, who is the most incredible musician. He's a maestro. He's an amazing arranger and producer. And we talked about the arrangement quite a bit. He'd heard the performance, and then the real hard work began of putting this arrangement together, bringing an orchestral sound into it to make it sound like a full orchestra. And then, of course, it was very important for me to have the Omani influence. So then Idris came on back and played some beautiful percussion rhythms. In fact, it was so personally done. The attention to detail is so fine that if you actually listen to the verse about the Omani woman on her wedding day, Idris is actually playing rhythms that are specific only to Omani weddings. So there is a lot of detail in there that tells a story. Also, that verse contains an Arabic violin solo by Tahra Al-Balushi, because Tahra, as an Omani woman, represents the Omani women that I'm talking about in this verse.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, so then Khaled was introduced with a guitar solo in verse 3, and of course he is a great representative of the man that is a patriarch of a family that has to work hard to raise his family. So all of these little details have meaning. They're not just without thought.
No, I like that. I like that, the way you've composed the music, and also the team that you have who have played part in contributing to the success of this great song that you have, and each one of them have a meaning why they were part of it.
Sure.
That's really, really amazing.
I mean, I have to say, the introduction for me is so magical, because when people hear the Oud solo by Nibras Al-Malahi, they naturally think of the desert. There's this beautiful sound of Oman in this introduction, and a lot of people hear the introduction and expect to hear an Arabic song, and then they're surprised to hear English lyrics follow. So that fusion of working with Omanis very closely to give an authentic Arabic Western fusion, an Omani Western fusion, is really, really important to me.
Omani's home. It is indeed, Lisa. We're going to take a quick break right now and revert back and have an interesting discussion again to learn more about your inspiration and more about how this music came into being. interesting interview with the author of the song Oman is Home to Me, Lisa Morgan, who is with me here today on Oman on Knowledge Talks. Okay, so Lisa, could you tell me one thing? What really inspired you and made you create the song?
I mean, honestly, just the beautiful landscape here and the beautiful people that I've met. Honestly, I was thinking to myself, I mean, it's wonderful to have an English song. I'd heard so many beautiful songs about Oman in Arabic. I mean, there are a lot of amazing songs. I did my research. It was very, very interesting. I have to say, big shout out to Salah Al-Zajali, a friend of mine, who's his song Kabus is actually my favorite.
Okay.
And listening to that and the arrangement, which is so classy and tasteful and beautiful, the words are amazing, was really inspiring. So it's those musical experiences from people like Salah, it's from the people that I meet, it's the landscapes that I see, the beautiful places that are, that you can't help but be inspired when you look at Salalah, or you look at the desert, or you're standing on the beach looking at the beautiful waves. I mean, it's all inspiring here.
MashaAllah. Is this your first song, by the way?
I've written songs before, but
Okay.
never a National Day song, I have to admit.
Okay.
But yeah, I've done some composing. I've done a lot of composing of choral pieces as well as choral arrangements. So I take pre-existing songs and adapt them for choirs.
Okay.
And I've written some pop tunes as well. So, but this has been something that's very, very different, very
And how
special.
can I listen to the other musics as well? 'Cause this is a nice one, definitely. I'm sure you've got others as well which are very good. This is not only nice, this is also special.
Thank you.
The way you've done it. But how can we listen to your other music?
Oh, you can definitely check out my YouTube page.
Okay.
After National Day, I'm going to start posting other songs that I've recorded in the past. So
Very good.
everyone's welcome to, jump on and listen to the YouTube channel. It's Lisa Morgan Music, by the way. It's been going very well, by the way.
Okay, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Now tell us one thing. Will you be having a video for the song as well?
Oh, this is my dream. I would love to have a video for this song. I mean, you listen to these words and you think, my God, I can imagine everything. The picture in my mind of all these places is so clear, and it's my absolute dream to make a video of this song. I mean, for an individual like me to try and get that together to make that happen is obviously like very difficult. Videos to make well are very expensive, and you definitely need support with this, and I would love the opportunity to find a way of involving the community and getting support to do this video, because I think it would be so complimentary and so beautiful, and it would give us a way of showing the world how beautiful Oman is through these words and through the beautiful images that they convey. So inshallah, one day I'll get that video made.
What made you select the internet to promote the video, the music?
It's the way of the future. It's the way things are now. I mean, my students had said to me, this is the way to do it, miss. It should be heard by people all over the world. And my friends had said the same thing. Promote it like crazy. Get it on the internet, because everyone has access to the internet.
Okay, I would love to hear more about that. In fact, we're going to just take a quick break and revert back to our Welcome back to Knowledge Talks, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Tariq Hilal Al-Barwani, along with our studio engineer, DJ Muhammad, with you here live today on Oman Radio FM 90.4. Lisa, so tell me what made you select the internet again to promote this song?
I wanted to get the song as out there as possible. I mean, we're talking about the most amazing collaborative spirit. All of the musicians that are involved in this recording, the arranger Majik, Nibras, Khaled, Tahra, Idris, the ABA Secondary Choir, all did the recording of this song, were all involved out of the love of their heart. They really felt passionate about this song and wanted to contribute, and I think that's something to celebrate.
True, very true.
So I thought the best way is to get it out to the world, and the internet is the most accessible way. Everyone can get on YouTube and listen, and it's very exciting to hear responses from people from all over the world. I mean, for example, on my YouTube channel, I noticed that there was a comment from someone who's lived out of Oman for so many years, but actually wrote, I lived in Oman so many years ago and now I feel so terribly homesick. And it's like, wow, it really tugs at the heartstrings. It's been very beautiful.
How many platforms on the internet have you promoted this song?
I've got a Facebook page,
Okay.
Lisa Morgan Music. I promote it through my own personal Facebook to my friends, and so, but the YouTube is really the big thing. And on top of that, the song has had many live performances as well. So as I mentioned, we had it performed at the Sultan School many years ago. Last National Day, we had it performed at ABA for many of our wonderful events, such as the Arts Evening. And the biggest performance, the most recent one that was in April, was for the Muscat Chamber Concert Series, where I actually got together 3 choirs, the British School, the Indian School and ABA, together to form a Muscat Combined Schools Choir, and it was their first ever performance, and the response was absolutely wonderful. The kids sang it so beautifully, and they were of course accompanied by the musicians that were in the recording, as well as the Abazara sisters and the Horace duo. It was really well received. It was beautiful.
Okay. What is your experience of that internet marketing? So when you've published this on the internet, what's your feeling about it? I know it received over 4,000 views already in 4 days, but what's your feeling?
Honestly, I was really reluctant to put it on the internet. It was friends of mine that said you should put it on, and I was like, the internet's a strange beast. I'm kind of scared of it. I'm not sure about this. And they're like, it's the only way to get it out there. You've got to put it out there. You've got to let people enjoy it and share it. So I kind of almost did it as a dare. My friend put the little video together, and I said, well, if you think we should do it, go ahead and put it on and let's see what happens. And I was thinking, Mum and Dad will watch it once or twice, and 1 or 2 close mates will watch it and go, oh, how nice. And then in the first day, I had like 500 or 600 views. I was,
wow.
I was speechless. It was kind of crazy. So then I thought, well, yeah, maybe this was actually the right idea. But of course, the internet is a beast. I mean, at the same time, it's scary. It's risk taking. But the thing that I was so reluctant about is the fact that copyright laws, it's very hard to put your song out and then protect it by copyright. I mean, this song is registered copyright, and that was important to be sure of people knowing who the author is. But and I have no problem sharing the music with the world. We've not made any money out of it whatsoever. That's not at all the point. The point is to get the community together and do something beautiful that combines Omanis and expat musicians. But of course, you run the risk of people not thinking that way and trying to make money out of it when they don't have the right to. So this is the scary thing about putting it on the internet. But I've had to just have faith and hope that people are honest and kind and that enjoy it for the love of the music and the collaborative spirit and for the love of Oman and National Day, and not look to profit out of it when these beautiful musicians and we don't look to profit out of it. We just look to actually enjoy the experience and share it with other people who are like-minded.
And it in fact came at the right time, by the way, just before our National Day.
Sure. I mean, it's very exciting. I'm seeing all the lights go up, green, red and white. It's beautiful. Everyone's getting excited, huh?
What about the feeling of the team and also the students who were part of it? What is their feeling with the exposure of this song already? I know I've seen this in the newspapers, and you got it. It was quite highlighted very well.
It's been so beautiful. The kids have been so positive and so encouraging. Honestly, they've been beautiful. I've had messages from parents at the Sultan School that I haven't seen for like 3 years who have said, oh my God, I love this. This is great. Well done, well done. And even yesterday when we had trick or treating, a little boy knocked on my door for sweets and said, oh, hello, Miss Lisa, I love your song. And I was like, okay, you can have extra chocolate.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Maybe he was just saying it to get extra chocolate. I don't know.
So what's your next plans for the song now? And for instance, have you contacted, for instance, Apple to have it on iTunes?
I think that would probably be the next step. I would certainly like to do that. As we talked about, I would really, really love to have a video to just reflect the beautiful scenery that's discussed in the song. My dream above all things is to allow His Majesty to hear this song, because it is dedicated to him and to his people, so that he might know how much we love him and how much we love this beautiful land, because this is a musical expression of that love. So inshallah one day I hope that he enjoys it.
Inshallah. Tell me one thing. You're a music teacher in ABA. Now, have any of the students created their own song?
Yeah, I get a lot of students composing their own music. It's amazing. I have a student I'm thinking of. Her name's Lydia. She's in grade 7 and she's writing her own pop music. She's incredible.
Okay.
Yeah, kids are talented. I mean, they can do amazing things and they continue to inspire and surprise me like every single day. That's the greatest perk of the job.
Yeah. Tell me one thing. What is the process that it takes for someone to create a song? Let's look at an example. Oman is home to me. The process that it came for you to create something beautiful as this one. So what is the process that it takes for someone?
Well, you've got to have a lot of background knowledge, obviously. I mean, you've got to be able to write words they don't necessarily have to rhyme, but I think they work better if they do. You obviously have to have musical knowledge about the structure of melody. You need to be able to play a chordal instrument like piano or guitar, I hope, because then you can fit the chords that fit the melody well. Some people go from playing the music first and the melody first and then trying to fit words with the melody they've written. Other people, like in this case, I wrote the words first and then the melody came and then the accompaniment came after that. So you can approach it from lots of different ways. Different strokes for different folks, as they say. Okay. So is there how long, I mean, is there some kind of a training that one needs to undergo? Or? You've got to have knowledge of music. You've got to know your scales. You've got to know, rhythm and beats and how many beats are in bars and how to put something together that musically flows. And then, of course, the other end of that spectrum is the arranging side, which is very complex, but an amazing experience. What instruments to use, how to use them, what they play, where they play, how loud, how soft, what instruments sound beautiful together. This is, I mean, the first part in a way was the easiest because that arranging... The first part is putting the words, you mean, is it? Yeah, words and music, that is simple in comparison to the massive process of arranging and orchestrating. This is complicated because you have infinite possibilities of what you can do. And we explored a lot. It took a long time and it was fun exploring. We saw it as a fun project and we explored lots of different ideas, but ultimately, I mean, we're just happy with how things turned out. 2013 was when the idea came to light, right? When you thought about it. And then today we are 2016. You just launched it now. So... but you said it was about 30 days is when you got the music. Yeah, but then the process of the recording took months and months. Yeah, that whole process of orchestration and arrangement and getting the musicians in and rehearsing ideas, that was what took so long. And admittedly, I felt like I needed a break from it to think about it and reflect and decide where I wanted it to go. So I did take a little time to think and sit back. And then I felt like this is the right time, this needs to happen, and then we went ahead and made it happen. Oh, that's very nice. That's very good. So within 3 years, you took a bit of break and you said, I'll come back and now this is the right time. Let me go out there and launch it. Yeah. And how does it feel? It feels fantastic. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Very good. Very good. Now, what's next for you? Well, I mean, I hope to get the video made. I hope to just promote it as much as I can. And I just want to continue doing the work that I love doing, teaching beautiful students music, singing, composing, doing voiceovers, doing all the beautiful works that make me feel really joyful about life. And more recording. I love recording. So, yeah, I'd like to do a lot more of that if the opportunity comes my way. And we look forward to have your other musics as well uploaded on the YouTube channel that you have already. Yeah. So we can listen to other of the other nice music that you have. Of course, this is a special one. Yes. But it would be nice to listen to your other musics as well. I'll definitely do that after the 18th of November. On the 19th, check it out. Inshallah. Anything you wish to share before the end of our program today? Actually... I would just like to say that I have loved the experience of coming to talk to you today, and you represent one of many beautiful Omanis that have been so supportive. So I just want to say thank you so much for having me on your wonderful program. I know that you are so well respected amongst the community, and you represent the best of Oman. So I have to say thank you so very much. The pleasure is mine. In fact, the studio engineer is listening to your music right now as we speak, and he says you hear the background of our talk right now. He loves the music that you've done. Mashallah. May God bless you. Shukran. Lisa, thank you very much for joining us today on Oman Radio FM 90.4. I would like to take this opportunity to wish you the very best and success in all that you do. Shukran jazilan. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our program for this week. I hope you all had an intriguing time with us. Let us catch up again next week on Tuesday, same time at 5 p.m. for a knowledge session. I'm Tariq Hilal Barwani, along with our studio engineer, DJ Muhammad Shabibi, wishing you all a happy and a pleasant week. Ma'as-salam. And before we go, we're going to play again the music Oman is Home to Me.